Time a reporter in Baltimore talking about the whole Trump-Cummings feud and the issues that are going on in the city of Baltimore. The reporter's in the city of Baltimore, and we have a clip on, and you can't see this, okay, because we're playing this in a podcast, but certainly you can see it on YouTube, our YouTube channel. You can certainly see it on Facebook. But while the reporter is talking about how awful the streets are in Baltimore City, a rat runs behind the reporter down, and it looks like the size of a cat. And here's the clip.
Now, we spoke with many people today who say the president should consider coming here to Baltimore, to the Sandtown area, and taking a look at things for himself. Coming up at 5.
Yeah, so you have to come and look for things, have to look for yourself. And meanwhile, there's the rat running down the alley that's the size of a cat.
It's funny, though, because the camera started panning away from the anchor person to following the rat to go down the alley. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting enough. That's drawing a lot of attention to it, clear as day.
Interesting news beat, because you got all this immediate initial uproar when Trump makes these tweets or whatever, and people coming to the defense of the city of Baltimore, like, how dare he? And then, of course, all of this is starting to get uncovered. People like us that know the city of Baltimore are they're uncovering these tapes of Cummings calling it rat infested or drug infested, by calling it infested, using the term. And then you got these reporters out there saying like, oh, you should come see it for yourself. And then meanwhile, there's rats and trash in the background just running around, like,
boarded up buildings everywhere.
I'm not sure I need to come. I see it right there. Yeah.
An alley full of weeds and trash, and of course, plenty of places for animals, wild animals like rats to hide. And there's a rat right on TV. Yeah. I mean, but here's the thing. Donald Trump pointed this out. But where is the mainstream media? Where have they been for decades to point this stuff out? They've been nowhere, right, Squirrel?
Yep.
I mean, have you seen it as a millennial? I mean, because you have experienced this by going into the inner city of Baltimore and other cities, but have you actually heard people say, oh yeah, did you read the Baltimore Sun today? They're talking about how bad it is here and how dangerous.
They like to talk about maybe the homicide rates and the gun violence and how that needs to be resolved, and the intricacies of inner city neighborhoods not getting the necessary resources. But it all probably will stem from mismanagement, because those neighborhoods are being represented by certain leaders that maybe try their best, or they don't, or they're not effective, or the money is spent in a wrong way or to the wrong programs. Nothing gets done. It's like spinning. Your wheels are in mud and you can't get anywhere.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's why I think that this could be a smart move for the Trump administration. I mean, he's bringing light to it. The media has this huge platform to bring even more attention to it. They've been neglecting these cities for years, right? They're not talking about anything other than maybe crime a little bit, but these cities have been neglected by the politicians and by the media. So
well,
Trump's finally bringing light to some of these cities that need it.
And Baltimore has a big development program called Port Covington that's being run by the Under Armour former president or CEO. But basically, they were trying to torpedo that whole deal because there wasn't enough, affordable housing or something like that. It was like, well, it's going to bring a lot more business and a lot more real estate and jobs. And it's like, wait, you were going to torpedo all of that because of bus routes and low-income housing. And you're like, what?
But Hey everybody, this is Mark Fisher with Mark and the Millennials. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.